Hello and welcome to another entry in this video series where we're checking out submissions to the DungeonCrawler GameJam of 2026. And this time we will have a look into Eye of Goremoth by Enygmatic. But before we have a look at the page and then jump into the game, here's a brief overview of this year's Game Jam. This year's DungeonCrawler Game Jam has been completely organized by the community, including donations for the prizes. The rules might look complicated, but can be summarized very quickly. Essentially, the goal is to make a grid-based dungeon crawler with first-person perspective like Wizardry, Dungeon Master or Legend of Grimrock. And like these games, the game must have combat or a substitute, a way to win, to lose, and a character value like hit points, which can also be increased. While the game itself needs to be made within the 9 days of the jam, it is allowed to prepare and to reuse code and assets as well as using AI. You also got to pick and implement one of the 4 themes revealed at the start of the jam. In total, more than 75 valid entries have been submitted in the jam, freely available for everyone to try out. And the winners are determined by votes from the community. Purpose of my videos is solely to provide feedback and entertainment. And with that said, let's get back to today's game. Eye of Goremoth by Enygmatic. Let's have a look at the submission page first, where we can see some interesting looking screenshots here. How was the theme implemented? The world has elemental rock, paper, scissors combat. For retrofuturism has some steampunk elements for one of the in-world factions. And Windows 9X aesthetic could maybe be considered retrofuturism? I don't think so. Most graphics were created by the team during the jam, most audio was created by the team during the jam, and some was externally downloaded and used. Okay, 7 seconds before the deadline. Okay, nice job. Okay, let's go into the game overview page here. You awaken in the dark caverns of a Promethean sanctuary, a hideout of the anarchistic rebels in tune with the earth. Barely given time to adjust to your surroundings, you must fight your way out of the sanctuary through the defending Prometheans and the foot soldiers of the assaulting Orochi clan. The Orochi have forsaken common humanity in search of technological progress and domination. The fires of their ambition obliterating anything in its path. Your only task is to prevent the Orochi clan from obtaining the ultimate power in the mortal realm and destroy the Eye of Goremoth. Alright. W, ASD for move, Q need turn, pause, escape, or P, toggle inventory, tab. Okay, tab, so it's a good thing I downloaded it. Item actions, right click on item in inventory. Combat hints, okay. Noting, fire beats earth, beats water, beats fire. Alright. Okay, and known issues. Enemies sometimes get stuck when moving. Footstep sounds of burner enemies will sometimes play and loop after death if they die while moving. Okay. I hope that this will not get too annoying, but we will see. So, let's jump into the game. Eye of Goremoth by Enygmatic. And here we are in the game. We have an event log in the top left. We have a left hand and right hand down here. And we can also open the inventory here. Damage resistance, env resistance, and yeah. We have some hit points. Env resistance. Okay, let's see. The sanctuary is being raided. Orochi must not be allowed. The Eye of Goremoth. Get out now. A friend. Okay. It's loading a bit, I guess. I hope that yeah. Alright. So, Let's see. It's a bit irritating that the event log is in the top left. I think bottom left would have been nice, otherwise, or maybe this is taken up by something different, yeah. Alright. We have... Oh. Attempting to interact. I can click on this. This is not quite working here. I've seen it, but interestingly, it only shows when I'm moving. Ah, no. Open your inventory to use consumables and equip weapons and items. Yeah, we are full hit points, so no use of using that. Use your hands or whatever weapon is available to take out obstacles, whether living or not. Alright. So we can... Oh. I guess you're an enemy. Okay. And we got a moss... a Orochi blade. Wasn't it called moss axe or something? Okay. It looks a bit underwhelming in the big hand here. All right. Okay. Promethean Guardian died. So we have two paths now. Oh, there's something, but I will click not on that yet. First, I'd like to see what this can potentially open. Library. Is that a door? Pick up health potion. We have not been hit yet, or it did regenerate. Sanctuary main entrance. So this is a door. This whole thing. So movement doesn't feel great. The perspective is perfect. And it's probably like one-to-one Legend of Grimrock. Yeah, pretty much. This is Grimrock. Yeah, this is perfect. So you can see the floor and the walls left and right. But the movement is not queuing up. And it's also not continuously checking what action you do. So you basically need to wait for every step until you can do something else. Otherwise, your input will get ignored. So, yeah, doesn't feel too great. Attempting and... Ah, there's something. And 5 arrows. Okay. Okay, let's go to the other path. So you will see that every time, like, nothing is happening. Then it's probably, like, when I press the button already, but nothing... And I'm basically like this. I wanted to turn and nothing is happening, and then I need to press again. Yeah. Thanks for the maze. Wasn't it saying opening inventory by tab? Yeah. I is also working. So we got a picture thing here. I think I remember that one from the game in the last... I don't know if it was last year or the year before. In the Jam game. Library, door lever, outer sanctuary, gate lever, and back corner of library. Okay. Thanks for the tip. Inner sanctuary gate lever. Lever? Whatever. Library. Inner sanctuary. Okay, let's go back. Yeah. I'm basically pressing every direction twice, which is a bit unfortunate. The funny thing is, with strafing, this works perfect. It does... Ah, that's interesting. So, it does continuously check. Oh, there's an enemy. But not for turning. Yeah, it's just the turning which is not continuously checked. So if... I mean, movement... turning is very fast anyways. But the issue is... Like, if we turn and move forward, the forward is checked. But again, the turning is super fast, so that's not an issue. And if we go left, and then I hold... Yeah, so it's not not queued up if I go left and then type right. But what is working is if I go left and then press and hold the right button, then I'm strafing back to the right as soon as the game allows it. But the same is not working with turning. So if I go forward and press and hold the turning button, nothing is happening. And so yeah, if this could, like the same thing with strafing could be applied to turning, that would be great. Minus the continuous key presses. Like when you keep pressing D, you strafe to the right. And I mean, you turn super fast. And if there was a continuous turn, that would be super annoying. So that should continuously check. But maybe only do another turn if like there is some minor delay in between them, something like that. No. Pick up bow. Certain damage types work better against different enemies. Keep an eye out for different weapons. Ah, and so we have... Okay. Uchi Enforcer. 5. Okay, and if we use the bow... didn't I get the bow? Oh, okay. It's missing an icon. Okay, it's not doing a different type of damage. Maybe because we are shooting the same arrow color. Okay. And this dude has this is a blade? This looks like... I don't know what. A harpoon or something. Elements type fire, and these are all... I mean, these are earth, and this is probably also earth then. Okay. Like this. It's doing less damage, though. I like the music. Okay, so we have been in this room already, and we are going to the library now. Oh! Ooh! Yeah, the other game was stuttering quite a bit. Yeah. Okay, they're moving all the time, so that's... I can see where you might get an issue. Okay, so fire against fire, obviously not a good idea. And we are using earth now against fire. Oh, let me take that. Die! Mm-hmm. Oh. Come back! You are dead, right? Yes. Okay. Flamethrower, flamethrower. Yeah, the death thing is not 100% working there. So, what do we have here? Some boxes, but I can't identify anything. This is also probably mirrored. Yeah, I would like to have this lock. I mean, it's too big anyways. Bit smaller, like this on the right, and then just have it on the left side so that the center stays open. Okay, so this was the library. We do have... Okay, let me just pull that thing. Even though now I don't know what it's doing. We have a book here. Ah. Evac. Ah, yeah, I remember this one. Slay the dragon. Stale water. Mm-hmm. Okay, pick up health potion. This is, yeah, this. And we have the DungeonCrawler GameJam 2024. Very nice. Can we play, do something on the computer? No. Okay. We can also not demolish it. Of course, we wouldn't want to do that. Alright. Oh, pick up this is fuel. I just thought this is like a garbage bin. Okay. Nothing there anymore. No. Okay, let's continue. Uh-huh. Ah. Okay, this is open now. But let's go to the other side first. No, I think we have been here already. Okay. Outside! Uh-huh. Okay, we don't need that. Moss maze. Moss maze is Orochi blade. Is that an enemy? Are you an enemy? To reach the Eye of Goremoth, you must first take this portal to the creche of the followers of Neptune. Orochi has already... I think I've pronounced Orochi like 3 different ways now. Has already attempted to assault their holding. You must beat them to the cult's portal. Promethan Guardian. No, this was something else. Attempting interact. Okay. Oh. Gruesome death. We've searched everywhere, but the only traces left of the cultists are some scattered ramblings, odd statues, and discarded items. The freaks left some kind of automated defense system. Took out half the squad in the blink of an eye. I lost track of the others in the retreat. Okay. Sanctum access. Yeah. I use that right away. Just so that I don't need to run back and forth. Sanctum. Okay, and there are the Guardian systems. Okay. Ice shards and orb core. Orb core, damage 5, elemental type water. The core of a mysterious orb used as an automated defense with the vanished followers of Neptune's launches ice shards with incredible speeds. Yeah, this was the one of the previous games. Neptune's something, I think. Flamethrower, ice shards. Launches ice shards. So how do I use the potion? Consume. Bloop. Can't do anything. Okay. Sounds are a bit loud. Okay. So, water beats fire. So I guess we use the ice shards now. Because they are probably fire. Though that only does... this has a very... low cooldown. Die! Okay, that shows that there is a significant damage in terms of a significant change for the damage bonus. Okay, we can't pick up this. Weird. I mean, it's also kind of useless. Drop. 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 Well, yeah, one more. Okay. So this is the fire blade. Is there something? No. Okay. There's no texture on the outer side there. Okay. No ammo. Okay. It's just running on the same spot there. Ouch. Okay. Flamethrower stuff. Okay, let's use the potion first. Divine Realm Access Point Control. Okay. Well then, let's go into the Divine Realm. Oh. Oh, and we lost all our stuff. Different sound effects. I'm afraid this is where the adventure must end. I could not save this realm, but you must destroy the corrupt energy restraining it to this doom existence. Please, destroy the God's Eye and end this madness. AFR. Touch. And that's Eye of Goremoth by Enygmatic, created for the 2026 DungeonCrawler Jam. Assets? Okay, retro Windows GUI by Comp3 Interactive. Alright. Tools used. Special thanks, Superdan, for all this hard work over the years. Kordanor, Dashing Strike, Captain Koda, Dave Lex, Pasta, and to Local Minimum for stepping up and hosting. All fellow jammers for submitting and making the jam great. Thanks for playing. Alright, cool. Skip. Okay. Alright, start. Let's just start a new game here. Alright. So just as a clarification, the jam itself is hosted just by these guys. Not personally by me. I'm just like watching over Discord and stuff. And having maybe a bit of like a look at it on like the background side and so on, but on the itch.io I'm not rating and technically hosting that. Yeah, but still thanks a lot for the appreciation, I guess. So regarding the game, yeah, again was a nice entry. There are always I think like these entries from Enigmatic. Let me look. I think it was the Neptunes something, and then there was another thing where you had these statues and had to put some stuff in left and right hand. Let me quickly have a look at that. Of course it's loading. They are all a bit minimalistic and simple looking. Yeah, Neptune's Children was one of them, and Coop the Grace was another then. Yeah, alright, so I had that right. They were all like minimalistic, fun to play games, and which were somewhat polished experiences like this. I mean, not 100% polished, like this guy there with the broken animation and the missing textures, but overall it worked quite well. But yeah, the main complaint I have here is regarding the turning. It's interesting because it works with this, but maybe Enigmatic checked, like he implemented that, and then he had like just endless turning. And of course, that's also not great. So maybe queuing up is the better option. And this would make movement much more enjoyable. And I think that also had been an issue in the previous games. The perspective is perfect, and yeah, I like the overall game with the elemental rock, paper, scissors implementation. I mean, that was also minimalistic, and we didn't really use too much of that. So we could have used the flamethrower on Earth. We had this water on fire, but this did a significant damage, but we didn't have a lot of these shards. But still was, you actually felt decent difference. Though of course there were not so many enemies, so it was relatively easy to balance, I guess. Yeah, so the turning is really a main complaint here. And I've just found out something else. I saw that there's also an options menu if you press escape, and it's nice that you also have the settings here set to 80-80-25, so you can actually increase the volume past the startup volume. I didn't see that, but this is a pet peeve of mine, that oftentimes, even like commercial games, they start at 100%, and then if it's not loud enough, you have to go into Windows and increase the maximum volume in Windows, which is annoying. And so it's great to have an option here to not just change the volume, but also to make it louder. And I'm not sure if it actually works. I mean, this works. But for this, I cannot guarantee it. Either way, I could have reduced the effects volume for the enemies. So I was mentioning that, so that's on me. I could have, yeah, just set that to a lower value. And I think this off thing, this is only appearing after you clicked on that once. So yeah. So besides of the turning, which I would have liked to see in the game, the other thing is that the previous entries, they had more of an adventure part in them, and this was a bit too straightforward, I think, in this entry. So that in this entry now, you were basically just going from one room, pulling a lever, going to the next room, opening a door, pulling a lever, and next room, and so on, and continuing that path. And I remember in the previous Jam game, there was also more of a puzzle thing that you needed to figure out one thing, like put this there, put that there, and then another door opens. Just a little bit more interactivity, and which required you to think with the game. So that would have been nice to have here as well. So anyways, nice entry by Enygmatic, and if you want to check it out, you will find a link down in the video description. And if you want to see more, you can also find a link to the playlist with all the entries I've covered so far. And of course, any other entries will be added there as well. Or you can subscribe to the channel. And with that, thanks to Enygmatic for sending in this game to the Dungeon Crawler Game Jam 2026. Thanks to you all for watching this episode, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.